So one of the things I love about sleeping in the Jeep is once it's morning, I'll go and turn the Jeep on and just lay underneath our sleeping bags until it starts getting warm in here. And then we can pack up and do all that type of stuff in the warm. Get dressed, everything. So it makes it really nice with the kids so they're not whining because they're freezing, stuff like that. And we just make a little pile of all of our sleeping bags in one corner while we roll and pack everything up. And then once we've got it all taken care of, then we can jump out and start putting it all away. Alright, good morning. Saturday morning, it's probably like 20-ish degrees, a lot better than a couple weeks ago on the Santa Fe Swell when we woke up and it was like 1 or 3, depending on whose car it was. But now just making some nice sausages for some breakfast. And then today we're going to go from right here, we're going to make our way back into Moab, and then we're going to go to the other side, the east side of Moab, and we're going to go over to Long Canyon. And depending on how much time, we're going to do some of Long Canyon, some of Pucker Pass, and then eventually we'll make our way all the way back up to Highway 6, where we'll jump on it and head home this afternoon/evening. So should be a ton of fun. Really excited to get back out on the trail, and hopefully it's as beautiful and scenic as yesterday was. All right, working on some sausages. We've got the boys over here. Wyatt, what was your favorite thing about yesterday?
Running.
Yeah, you got in a good workout running. What about you, Jackie? What was your favorite part?
When you're driving.
When I was driving. Did we go on some crazy stuff yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
We went down steep hills.
Super steep hills. It was awesome. Well, let's bust out the breakfast. How about that? I think they're ready. Because space is such a high premium in any camping overlanding rig, I'm a huge fan of these compact style chairs. This one's from Tusk. It was designed to be specific for adventure motorcyclists, so it's super lightweight. And I'll leave a link to the description, link to it in the description. I think it's like 40 bucks or something like that on Amazon. But one of the things that I really love about it is, one, it only weighs like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. It's super lightweight, and it folds up really compact, so I can keep all of our camping chairs in between the roll bar and the window. And big camping chairs, they just take up so much space, and they're pretty heavy. And if we were going to bring a big full-size camping chair for everyone in our family, it would take up like 50% of our, storage capacity. So I really like these. They're not quite as comfortable as when you're in like a big regular style camping chair, but they're way more comfortable than the ground or sitting on a log or something like that. And for just being around the campfire, they're perfect, and they fold up really compact, which is the other thing that I really love about them. So you basically just pop out at the corners. This one's designed to hold up to 340 pounds. I weigh 265, and it handles me fine, so there's no problem there. Little pit toilet. It's just the walk around kind, so they have this sign up. No one's in here. I was just in here. But it's actually pretty clean in here. Well maintained. Not bad for a pit toilet. And since it's winter, it doesn't reek. A nice little look at camp before we pull out and head towards Long Canyon. Let's go. anyone else have obsessive refueling disorder, anytime I have an opportunity to top off, I always do. We put in a whopping 4 gallons from what we did on Fins and Things yesterday, but I'm like, oh, just in case. Headed on Potash Road right now. You can see the river off here to the left. And I think we're gonna run into a little bit of snow today on the trail because there's a lot more snow up this direction than where we were at yesterday. We did run into some yesterday in like the real shaded areas, but I think we're gonna see a little bit more of it today. One of my favorite things about Moab is even on the pavement, the views are amazing. I would come here just for this view on the pavement, and we're gonna get even better views once we get off road. Some nice petroglyphs right along Potash Road. There's a bunch of really good rock climbing here too. Looks like those guys are getting ready to head out. Alright, so we just jumped onto Pucker Pass Road and really looking forward to being back on the dirt again. Check out this amazing rock formation up here. That is cool. Real tight right here. Definitely don't want to fall off into that ravine over there to the right, so kind of hugging this left shoulder. There was a couple switchbacks back there that were amazing, but there was nowhere for me to really pull off and get a shot. It's so steep, I didn't dare do so. Ooh, it's icy. We got a lot more snow and ice than I was expecting there to be. So we'll see. It's pretty narrow in some of these sections. We might have to turn around. We're gonna go a little bit further and see if we can. I think if we get a little bit higher, it'll actually be up where it's in the sun and it'll all be melted because we're almost to the top. So we'll see. The Jeep is just right there around the corner. And this is what we're here for. And man, it is steep, and you can see people been sliding all over the place. So I think what I'm going to do is set the camera up like right here. We'll see. All right, well, here we go. It is steep and slick. So the good thing is the depth factor is quite low because there's a little bit of a berm on the right. So even if you start to slide, you're not really going to go that direction. You're going to go over here to the left into the wall. So normally, I've seen video of this and never really realized how steep it is building up to it. So came here for this, but I'm already slipping and sliding like crazy, and not even to the worst part yet. So we can back up, hopefully, without getting in too much trouble. We're turning around. Already starting to slide. You can see I'm really close, maybe 3 feet on that left, and I cannot go forward. There's like a rock there. So I think I'm gonna have to back and just try to not slide into that. We'll see how this goes. Man, that crunching makes me cringe. Right next to the rock wall, there was actually some dry ground. What you can't see from this angle is that behind me, the rock went in concave a bit. So my hope was I could back up, get my tires on the dry, and make my way into the concave portion so that I could back up and do about a 20-point turn and turn around. As soon as I started back, I slid right into the wall. Once there, the rock above was hanging over just enough that the roof rack was really starting to scrape. Once I figured I couldn't go back any further, I opted to move forward. However, I kept sliding back in. Finally, after I was out, I determined that I was not going back in that hole, even though I couldn't make it any further forward. I tried a bunch of times that I had to cut out. Once out of the hole, I found some rocks that I stacked behind the tire that would help me from sliding back into the hole, and my hope was if I was unable to get enough traction to move forward, I could use those to pivot turn and head back down. I was probably a bit overly concerned about going over the edge. I was sliding so much though that I was paranoid that if I got any momentum in that direction, I would not be able to stop. The hill down would result in certain death, so I was trying to keep as close to the rock side without bashing everything into bits. Again, my main concern was not taking too much momentum forward and going over and down, so I was probably stopping sooner than I actually needed to.
Barely.
After a few more failed attempts at moving forward, I gave up and decided to try the pivot turn and make my way back down. Man, just so steep going up there. Right here, just slid right down. I could not get out of that. So, since I couldn't go forward, I decided my best option was to anchor some rocks underneath me and then use those rocks to pivot. And the pivot turn worked really well. And thankfully, we only scratched up the mirror and the Gobi roof rack. Everything else came out looking pretty good. This is a high lift jack mount, and the pressure just popped it right off. You can see I was here, and just that little bit of a slight curve that the road has, and because I was hugging that left side, really sucked me that way. Ended up getting stuck down in here, so I was hoping I could back up down to where it opens up a little bit, but whew, about fell down right there. You can see it kind of overhangs a little, and so the top started scratching, hitting a lot harder than I was expecting. So then I tried to go forward and almost made it, and then got stuck. Couldn't make it any further. So you can see that I pile up these rocks right here and use those as my pivot point. I figured if I could just get enough momentum to start to swing me, but I didn't want to go that way at all, obviously, because of the cliff, just to swing me and I get whipped around. I've had to do that before, and it works pretty well, but well, let's go find some just nice desert roads to finish out the day. How about that? Well, one thing that they don't put in their sales material is that this back little bar right here ends up being a decent little roof rock slider. Jeez, but check this out. This right here is like more than an inch away. It used to be right here and on that pad, but all that pressure has bent it. I don't even know exactly where all it's missing touching from on the other sides, but totally bent that. So far, as far as I can tell, nothing else really got messed up. My little, have some sun visor things over the windows up there. They got all cracked, and I scratched up my driver's side rear view mirror really well, but other than that, we came out pretty unscathed. Man, look at how beautiful Moab is.
And too dangerous, too.
Jackson's just repeating how dangerous it is. Did I worry you a little bit right there, Jackson? Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to scare you. There's the road all the way. Oh, there's the road all the way down there. That was freaking stupid. That's 2 really dumb decisions in my past 3 trips. So I'm taking a minute here just to breathe. We're back on dry ground. The boys are just in there, hopefully watching their fears away in a show. And Molly and I are gonna chill here for a minute, but here's the thing. This is fun. I love it. One of the reasons I'm not a rock crawler is I don't want to break crap. That's not really what it's about for me. I like the adventure and I like the exploration part. And there is a lot of adventuring and exploring that I can do without stupid shiz like that. So that's what my commitment is. We're going to do a lot more fun stuff. I'm not going to do stupid crap like that again. We're pushing our luck.
Once back in the Jeep, with nerves still on edge, I opted to call it a trip. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.